Siobhan, you're going looking for some solar energy that has magically disappeared. Remember, it isn't a competition, but it is.
Let's go.
In these days of climate change, we are encouraged to insulate our homes and avail of natural energy. But after an energy retrofit of his home, Dubliner Brendan Mitchell was hit with a mysterious case of the disappearing electricity.
This was my granddad's house originally, and I grew up here, obviously. So it was important to me to try and keep this house and the tradition in the family, and that's why we decided to bring this existing housing stock up to an A1 rating.
Installing solar panels was part of Brendan's eco retrofit, providing domestic energy and excess energy which he could sell on to the national grid. At first, all was going well.
We moved in here in March 2023, and we got our first bill in April. And in that bill, we were given a credit of in the region of €20 from our microgen, which is our solar generation.
But that was to be the last credit he received.
And then in May, we got another bill, and there was no microgen. And in June, our bill came again, and there was no microgen. And that was significant for me because I knew that we were away during the hottest week of the year in Ireland. So we weren't using any electricity, and we should have been generating and selling it back to the grid.
A puzzled Brendan asked his original solar supplier to come and check that the system was working correctly.
And there's a very simple arrow on it to show when the electricity is coming into the house, the arrow's going this way. And when we done the test, the only thing that we could tell was the arrow changing direction, and that's how we figured it's either importing or exporting.
If energy flow wasn't the problem, perhaps it could be a faulty smart meter. Brendan got in touch with Electric Ireland, who requested a fee of €200 to check his meter.
We agreed to pay it. 3 weeks passed, and then there was no sign of anybody coming out, and then they sent an email to say we won't be coming out.
How has this whole experience made you feel?
I mean, it's been fairly draining. I've been at this since May, and yeah, you're sending numerous chaser emails and phone calls where you're on hold for maybe half an hour at a time, and you just can't seem to get a straight answer as to why this is happening. And we've offered to pay them to check or to prove us wrong, and they simply won't do it.
So somewhere in the process, something is going wrong, and that's what we need to get to the bottom of.
After giving his home a 21st century energy retrofit, Brendan was expecting to be selling his surplus solar energy to the grid. But with no credits going into his account and having reached an impasse with Electric Ireland, Siobhan has taken on his case.
Just where is this electricity vanishing to? You know, I think to get to the bottom of this, we need our own independent assessor in to check it out.
Siobhan has brought in independent energy expert Gerhard Hale to run some tests on Brendan's system.
Obviously, electricity cannot vanish. It needs to either be used up, it needs to be stored, or it needs to go somewhere else. And what we will do is over the next 7 days, we will be able to see if he's either using all the power that he's generating or if he's microgenerating. It's installed now, it is monitoring, so now it's just a case of we'll have to wait the 7 days and see the information that we get back. Since we've installed the device, we've managed to monitor the import and export and the production of the solar panels as well. So what we found is during the last 10 days, the customer has exported 10 kilowatts. So that's about an average of 1 kilowatt per day, and it is matching with the smart meter.
Hang on, he is exporting to the grid. That's what we wanted, right?
Absolutely, like we stated previously, the power from the solar either has to be consumed, and the power that's not consumed will be exported to the grid.
This is great, but somewhere there has to be a breakdown in communication. In April 2023, he got 1890 in microgen credits. Since then, absolutely nothing. So what's going on?
That is the big question, Siobhan. The reading as of today, the smart meter is telling us that he has exported a total of 815 kilowatt hours.
Okay.
As of his last reading, he was only paid up to 90 kilowatt hours. So that gives us a difference of 725 kilowatt hours that the client is owed.
All of this is great because we have something. We have the concrete evidence that we needed to go back to the utility provider, the supplier, and say, look, here it is in black and white. Brendan's home is exporting back to the grid.
Siobhan, as part of her pursuit of Brendan's missing solar credits, sends Electric Ireland the readings that prove his system has been exporting to the grid. They respond to say the MPRN is not theirs. Time for Siobhan to dig a little deeper. Could there be 2 meters?
They tell me that there are 2 MPRN numbers at this house suggesting 2 meters.
2 meters, yeah, one for the main house and we've got one for the garden room. So this is the main house.
And so this is the second meter. And this particular meter, Electric Ireland said was not one of theirs.
No, it definitely is, yeah. 2 different accounts and a boat with Electric Ireland.
Okay.
Siobhan resumes her back and forth with Electric Ireland, who are the retail division of ESB. Convinced that she had unearthed the source of the problem, Siobhan was sure an on-site visit would confirm it. And eventually, ESB Networks did check to see whether there had been a meter mix-up. And, following their long-awaited visit, it seems Siobhan may have cracked the case of the missing electricity.
Brendan, we have a result. So as we suspected, the 2 MPRNs, they were switched. So your microgeneration credits were actually going to the wrong MPRN number. And we have some good news because you are now going to be refunded €284.
That's brilliant.
In a statement, ESB Networks said, ESB Networks can confirm that this issue has now been rectified. The relevant suppliers are now in a position to issue an update regarding any payment to the impacted customer. We apologise for the inconvenience caused.
It's highlighted the issue of when you have a problem, it's very hard for them to get them to come out and see and even just check what the problem is.
Look, delighted we got to the bottom of that. There's been so much toing and froing over something that could have been so easily resolved had ESB simply sent someone out to check the 2 meters at the house. But at least we got to the bottom of what was happening to the mysterious disappearing electricity.
Time to wrap up this week's Complaints Bureau casebook.
Welcome back. Siobhan, you solved the case of the vanishing electricity.
Yeah, and not so mysterious after all, Owen. And once the second meter came to light, it was rectified very, very soon. But you can't help but think it might have been resolved a little bit sooner had ESB Networks sent a technician out to assess the problem when he requested it. Remember, as early as last summer, he was willing to pay the €200 for a call out to get everything checked.
So, 3 successes. What a great week. But we do have to pick a winner. Siobhan?
Yes?
We sent you looking for a problem over here. And
You
the
did.
solution was over here.
It was.
And you had to bring the 2 of them together, and that was no mean feat. So I think with that challenge, I really believe you're this week's winner. And I don't think anyone can argue with it.
Well done, Siobhan.